Hello and welcome to Government with Dr. Turner. Today we're going to describe the tensions between local representation and national lawmaking. Why do members of Congress behave the way they do? Is it possible to understand what motivates them? Who are they trying to please? To understand Congress, we must realize that every member in the House and Senate is being pulled in different directions. We usually think of senators and representatives as powerful people. In reality, they have many masters. Congress balances responsibilities to voters, national problems, and party. If they don't keep voters happy, they might not be reelected for another term. We count on our national government to deal with national problems. And because of hyperpartisanship that exists today, members of Congress must meet the demands of their party. Members of Congress are responsible to their constituency. The term constituency refers to the voters in a district who elect a representative. Senators are elected by voters in their state, while representatives are elected by voters in their congressional district. If the voters are unhappy with their members of Congress, they should replace their representatives with someone else. We will learn in future videos that this rarely happens. The two major roles of members of Congress are representation and lawmaking. There are four kinds of representation: policy, allocative, casework, and symbolic. Policy representation means that Congress members are expected to advance the social and economic interests of their constituency. When you and I send a representative to Washington, we expect them to make decisions that will make our lives better in some way. Allocative representation is the demand that our members of Congress obtain projects and grants for the district. If there are tangible rewards like new industries or money for highways, we expect our representatives to bring those rewards back home to the district or state. A clear example of allocative representation would be when a member of Congress slips an entry into an appropriations bill granting his constituents a new dam project. These kinds of rewards are often labeled pork barrel spending. Pork barrel spending refers to grants for specific districts funded by general revenue. Why pork barrel? In the days before everyone had a refrigerator, pork was salted and preserved in large barrels. If your pork barrel was full, your family was doing well. If it was empty, you were left scraping the bottom of the barrel. Representatives bringing home the pork means they are helping their constituency prosper. Representatives and senators serve individuals from their constituency through casework. Sometimes we have individual problems when dealing with the federal government. Maybe an elderly relative is having trouble getting her Social Security check. Maybe a member of the family wants to attend one of the service academies, like West Point or the Air Force Academy. Perhaps your family would like a tour of Congress when you travel to Washington for vacation. For example, a senator directing a staffer to track down a wayward Social Security check for a constituent is an instance of casework. This kind of individual casework may not impact very many people, but it is highly successful in creating strong supporters. Not only did the people helped vote for the representative, they often become vocal supporters, telling others to vote as well. The fourth type of representation is symbolic representation. Here, the representative's job is to display positive values of government. When members of Congress give speeches, attend ceremonies, or communicate about American values, they are performing symbolic representation. As lawmakers, members of Congress frequently must choose between legislation that helps their district and legislation that is good for the nation as a whole. Unfortunately, sometimes laws that serve the common good or solve national problems may have a negative impact on specific districts, states, or regions. For example, a bill that creates stricter standards for clean air may have a negative impact on coal mining areas. Lawmaking is guided by conscience, ideology, opinion polls, and party position. The competition between political parties has fluctuated throughout American history. At times, there is much agreement on national priorities, and the parties can work together. At other times, party ideologies grow apart and we become polarized in our views. Polarization is just another way to say we are very separated in our ideas. Polarization can lead to hyperpartisanship, which means we have raised party above all other commitments. Cooperation equals betrayal. The norm in Congress today is hyperpartisanship. Let's review. The two major roles for members of Congress are representation and lawmaking. There are four kinds of representation: policy, allocative, casework, and symbolic. Lawmaking is guided by conscience, ideology, opinion polls, and party position. The norm in Congress today is hyperpartisanship.